Oh, do you know what? I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And welcome back to another video. So today's video is a bit of a special one because the channel is celebrating its 4th birthday today. So 4 years ago today I released the video on Bert's old enclosure, which is now Castro's enclosure, and that's where it all began. So I thought today would be a great chance for those of you who've been following for a long time to take a look back and a reminder of where we all began, some things that happened in the past, and as well for those new subscribers, just to get an idea what the plans are for the future, and you can have a chance to catch up on what's been going on. But in the intro to this video, you might have seen me get a bit fed up. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I think by now we're 4 years old. I need to stop referring to you as YouTube. Hey YouTube, what's going on YouTube? Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. Yes YouTube. Hey YouTube. Hey YouTube. Yes YouTube, welcome back to another video and thanks for joining me. But I want to call you something better because without you guys this channel will be nothing. So from going forward, I'm going to be welcoming you all in as roomies. So John's Rainforest room, roomies. Let me know what you think. But regardless, today that is sticking. So yes roomies, welcome back to another video and thanks for joining me. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out what's been going on over the last 4 years as well as plans for the future. So let's get cracking. Roomies. So this is the enclosure, the first ever video that was ever put on this channel. Now this was one of the biggest builds I'd ever made, and this was initially for my male panther chameleon Bert, who's since been moved to a Reptile XL enclosure. Now I probably at the time didn't talk to you guys enough or explain why I actually moved him. So I'll probably make a video on that coming up very soon. So that's something interesting, and make sure you stick around and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. But because it's one of the older setups, it's gone through a lot of changes and we've improved it. We've still working on things as well. Like I've talked in the past, I wanted to replace the substrate in the bottom because when I made this, I think it was pretty much eco-earth, and I've learned a lot since, so we're going to try and improve that. But that isn't the only enclosure that's still going strong. Now this is one of my favorite enclosures, and like I said to you earlier, I didn't ever make a video on how we made this, but there are similar videos, and I'll leave a link for the playlist of all the bioactive setups we've made so you can check those out. But this just goes to show that these enclosures are not just you build them and forget about them. There's something you always work on and tinker with, whether that's the plants, keeping the animals happy, adding enrichment, wherever it may be. There's always things you can do to improve, and that's something I've definitely learned this year. But where did it all begin? So for those of you who are new to the channel, haven't been following for very long, now we are currently in this setup in this room, but we initially started in the original Rainforest room, where it all began before YouTube. I had a few years off keeping reptiles and fish just because I wasn't in a position to keep them. Me and my partner then got a house where we could have pets when we were renting, and then it developed into a room full of fish and reptiles. So a really nice start, and it was a really nice place. Even though there were some issues with it, we had the ceiling was on a slant, so every time I was doing water changes, it was difficult. It was really warm in there, and there's probably not the biggest of rooms. Now we've since upgraded to this room, and when we moved into it, it was a beautiful red colour. But we managed to get it decorated in the end, and we're still working on the progression of this room. Now, like I've taught you in the past, I didn't want to just fill this room full of new animals and aquariums. I wanted to make sure I was setting these things up right, able to manage everything that we were keeping, and not just focusing on setting one up and moving on to the next animal, which I know can be frustrating for you guys sometimes. But my focus is to make sure anything that I've got I can care for in the way that I want it to, is cared for correctly. And you're never really going to know that unless you take your time. So that's not to say there's nothing new coming, but we are working on some projects at the moment, which are including the ball python build, the fire-bellied toad paludarium. I've also got a rack full of aquariums to come, and I know I've been talking about these for a while, but these things take some time. But we might get through these a little bit quicker because I will be doing 2 videos a week going forward in the next week or so, so keep an eye out for those. But over the last 4 years, what have I learned? Well, first of all, I suppose I've learned how to blink and not to sound extremely boring in videos. Hey YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Thanks for joining me. So I've been away for quite a few months now, so apologies I haven't been very active. I think one of the things I've learned is not to be influenced too much by other people on social media, YouTube comments and things, and to try and be a bit more confident in my own decision making, because sometimes perhaps I've made decisions based on things that people have commented or given a hard time to, but like I said, I'll probably make a video surrounding that in another video anyway. I think for me, before YouTube, never made videos, never edited, so learning now was a big step, and I hope you've noticed I'm trying to focus on quality rather than quantity. Despite that, we are looking to increase the upload schedule to 2 videos a week in the next couple of weeks, but the quality hopefully won't suffer, and I've been trying to backlog some videos together just to make sure that there's always content out there and I can focus on that quality, because in the past I was probably rushing to get a video done, ready to release it on a Sunday or a Wednesday or whenever it was, and it probably wasn't working out the best. You guys might not notice, but I definitely did. But the biggest thing I've learned is that there's never a point where you're going to know enough. And what I mean by that is there's always something else to learn. So an example, I started keeping reptiles back when I was about 7 or 8 and started just with ball pythons. I think we had 4 ball pythons. Now, if I think back to the time of back then, how much we knew and how much research was done, it was nothing in comparison to what it is these days. And because the reptile hobby is so new, there's always new ways of improving. And you may see a lot online lately about lighting, enclosures, tubs, racks, and all that sort of stuff. And I think I've probably stayed away from commenting on those things in the past, because for fear of being alienated or people just upsetting people. But would you guys like to know more about these things, how I feel about them? If you do, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to cover those things off. So we've talked about how we got to this point and where we all started, but what is to come in the future? Well, firstly, the channel's going nowhere. I'm going to carry on making videos for you guys. I really enjoy this process and I've really found a new passion in video making, and that's all down to you guys. So if I didn't have your support, I probably wouldn't have carried on. Like I mentioned earlier, there's plenty more aquascapes, plenty more bioactive builds to come. Now, things I've talked about at the end of videos are things to come. There's plenty more after that as well. So make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of those videos. Now, as I mentioned, I do want to start talking about the things that are going on in the reptile fish keeping community. So there's a lot of things going on at the moment, a lot of controversy around how to keep animals correctly, lighting and things like that. I usually stay out of those things as much as I can. But one thing I have learned this year and over the last 4 years really is that I've spent a lot of time working on editing, working on camera work, on improving my skills of building these terrariums, vivariums, aquascapes and things like that. What I realized is I'm probably not doing too much to extend my knowledge and learn a lot more at a more advanced level. So something I decided to do last month is I've started volunteering at a public aquarium. So that's a really good opportunity for me in terms of learning things from experts and getting a lot more exposure to a bit of more of a high level. And I think I owe it to you guys to constantly improve myself if I'm going to be making videos telling you or giving you advice how to do it. Now, I don't actually claim to be an expert in any of this. This channel is just me sharing my hobby. But I know you guys will probably look at these videos and take things from it, so I think it's important for me to make sure that I'm constantly progressing myself. But something I think that I want to try and achieve within these videos this year is I want to make sure that I look at every enclosure, every animal I have, and I'm looking at a way that we can improve it, because there's always something you can do to improve your animal's care, whether that be more interaction, whether that be less, whether that be more enrichment, whether you want to add live plants or whatever it may be, but there's always something you can do. And if you're ticking all those boxes, then there's always a bigger enclosure, a better enclosure. There's never a point where you can say, yeah, it's perfect, I don't need to do any more. But I think the news that most of you will be really excited about is, well, I've already got some plans. They're still in the pipework. We're still working out the details. So I was dubious whether to share it with you or not. I think I might mention in a previous video. But we are making plans to expand, get a bigger space and a designated building for this channel, animals, me, you. So I'm really excited about that. I can't guarantee anything right now, but we are in the process of looking into it, pricing things up and getting our work done. And that is something I'm so excited about. And something I never thought I would actually be looking at or doing. And I may have mentioned in previous videos, it was always mine and my father's dream, because my dad was the one who got me into reptiles, have a specific building for reptiles, fish, and those sort of collections. So it's something, a lifelong ambition, and something that would never happen without this channel. And on the same note, without you guys, your support, it means absolutely everything to me. And without it, I would not still be doing this. And you know, I'm just one part of this channel, and you are the other part of this channel. And I just want to use this time to say a massive thank you to every single one of you. So I wanted to make this video today because I've never really recognized any of the milestones on this channel in the past, and I thought I owe it to you guys because you guys have probably got me to where we are today. Now, it's been a bit of a significant year because we've hit 5,000 subscribers. We're literally that close to hitting 500,000 views, which is absolutely insane. But I've still got big plans, still want to progress the channel, but there's been some real significant highlights this year with collaborations and some recognition from some of my favorite YouTubers. So we managed to have one of my videos shown on Fish for Thought, and I want to say a massive thanks to Chris for doing that. We also collabed with JTB Reptiles maybe 2 years ago, and that's definitely a channel you want to go and check out. All the channels I'll mention, I'll leave links down in the description. I actually got my ADA 45p reviewed on MD Fish Tank's channel. There's probably been others, and I'm sorry if I'm forgetting anybody. Like even little things like Troy Goldberg commented on one of my videos and being really encouraging, and it means a massive amount. But I know a lot of you guys do things behind the scenes to push the channel out there. I know some of you had hands in get me on Fish for Thought's channel. But a few people I want to say a massive thanks to. So Spirit, I know you've been a loyal supporter for a long time and actually made the channel art for the intro to this channel. I want to say a massive thank you to you. We're still using that to this day, and I really, really appreciate it. There's a few people I know that comment and mention quite a lot. I'm not going to go through everybody with the fear of missing somebody out, but you guys know who you are, and I really, really appreciate it. But if there's anything we discussed in today's video you want to know a little bit more about, hit me up in the comment section below. As always, if you can do me a massive favor and show me your support by hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out any future videos. As well, if you can drop me a like and leave me a comment so we can chat in the comment section below. As always, if you want to check out my merch, there's not just John's Rainforest Room merch, there's also fish keeping and reptile keeping merch as well. All designed by me, and any of the proceeds go straight back into this channel to make this a better experience for the animals and you. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on one of my black tiger Darios. But I got a feeling this is going to be a very exciting year for us, and I hope you stick around to join me on, I'm going to say journey again, but journey. And I look forward to chatting to you in the comments. But look out for the second uploads coming now, so we're coming up to 2 videos a week very, very soon. I've got some exciting things planned, so don't miss out. But as usual, again, a massive thank you to all of you. Happy birthday to us on this channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.